Good evening and welcome to the City of Petaluma regular meeting of the City Council and the Petaluma Community Development Successor Agency for Monday, July 19th. And we will now have the roll call by the City Clerk.
Barrett.
Here.
Barnacle.
Here.
Fisher.
Here.
Healy.
Here.
King.
Here.
Kosike.
Here.
Let the record reflect Councilmember McDonald will be absent tonight. All other members are present.
Thank you. Now we are on to general public comment.
Good evening, Mayor Barrett and honorable City Council members. Thank you for my time to speak tonight. Over the last 5 months, I certainly hope the City of Petaluma has not wasted valuable city resources on updating its Municipal Code Chapter 14.44 wireless telecommunications facility and antenna criteria. 3 2021 California state telecom bills that have not yet passed or been signed into law, and the June 2021 lawsuit, Children's Health Defense versus the FCC, regarding the FCC's order that amends its over-the-air reception device rule, will change the telecom landscape quite significantly in the next 3 months. Since April, I've been engaged full-time in Sacramento working to defeat 3 terrible telecom bills. SB 556, the Destroy Local Control and Child Endangerment Wireless Bill, AB 537, the Deemed Approved, Deemed Permit Issued Wireless Bill, and SB 378, the Cheap Microtrenching and No Public Access to Fiber Bill. You can view our efforts at defeating these bills at wirecalifornia.org/opposition. The following is excerpted from our testimony opposing AB 537 at the Senate Governance and Finance Committee on July 8th. Wireless of any G is cheap, third-rate broadband service, far inferior to fiber optic or cable service directly to homes. Wireless infrastructure is not reliably fast enough and not symmetric. Broadband must now have the same speed up and down. Who says that? The Department of Treasury in their June 2021 funding requirements for broadband coronavirus recovery funds. Wireless broadband from wireless infrastructure can't meet this standard, full stop. According to Ookla Speed Check and PC Magazine in 2021, 5G is no faster than 4G, and its asymmetric upload speeds are a small fraction of its download speeds. What is needed for federal broadband funding is 100 megabits download, what I receive, and 100 megabits upload, what I send. Only cable or fiber to the home can do this. Wireless can't reliably do this. It's not future-proof. Wireless uses microwave radiation through the air, a proven carcinogen, neurotoxin, and immunosuppressor to send and receive data. By contrast, fiber optics uses visible light through a cable to send and receive data. The difference between wireless and fiber optic frequencies are 6 orders of magnitude, or 1 million times. This means fiber optics can carry over 1 million times more data than wireless can. AB 537 will be a deemed approved nightmare for localities. It will pit millions of Californians against their cities and counties, local governments that are obligated to deliver actual public safety and quiet enjoyment of streets. Californians do not want their neighborhoods flooded with cell towers outside their bedroom windows. Please understand that the FCC 60-day shot clocks for so-called small cells were ruled by the Ninth Circuit to be presumptive only. That means they are statements of FCC preferences, not federal law. Don't let the wireless industry bamboozle you. AB 537 is attempting to turn.
Thank you for your comments, Paul. Sorry I had to cut you off. Your 3 minutes were up. Next speaker is Susan Hootkins, followed by John Hanania. Susan, you may unmute and begin your comments.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm a trustee of Petaluma's representative with the Marin-Sonoma Mosquito and Vector Control District in partnership with the Conservation Corps of North Bay. We are having a free tire recycling event on July 31st and August 1st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it will be at the Conservation Corps' office at 11 Pimentel Court, Novato, California. There is a 9 tire limit, and we will only be accepting tires under 4 feet. If you go to the msmosquito.com webpage, at the home page, you will see several photos that scroll. When you come to the tire photo, you can click on that and all the information will be there, including a map of the location. So that's it.
All right, thank you very much, Susan. We'll look at that website and see if we can cross-post that to our social media as well. Thank you for that comment. Next speaker is John Hanania, followed by Taryn Obaid. John, you may unmute and begin your comments.
Greeting. Can you hear me?
We can, yes.
Great. Well, I highly encourage you all to look and maybe ask yourself a question. How is it that horrible people in third world countries and dictators have more respect from the public than you have respect? I can give you the answer, but maybe you want to look into it, because they say what they mean and they mean what they say. Not like you guys. You guys are nothing but pure hypocrites. Last week, I point out to you how Peggy Flynn lied about the repair for the police department. And I specifically pointed out to Brian Barnacle, who time after time at farmers market, when he was running for campaign, you know, how he's gonna hold everybody accountable. And it's in his, if you Google his name, you'll see it there, you know, under his campaign, he's gonna hold people accountable. If you look at the Brown Act, the Brown Act doesn't tell you to be silent. Silent is not a sign of wisdom, okay? You can ask questions, you can give direction, which is you guys seem to do that when you have a passion about issue or you have interest in, but you don't seem to give a damn when somebody else say anything, okay? If you hired someone who is lying to you and lying to the community, okay? And anybody in member of the community can go on a workshop back in May and you'll see how she was wishy-washy when she changed her mind when she got asked questions about the repair. You know, if she changed her mind right away, but I think I know why. As Mike Healy put it, she needs a vacation because she's gonna have a meltdown. Maybe she was having a meltdown. She didn't mean to lie. It wasn't a lie. She was just, oh, having a meltdown, poor me, you know? Or maybe she was talking out of the wrong end, you know, who knows? So at what point you guys gonna, you know, have a backbone and quit being a wooden Indian, okay? You know, Brian Barnacle and Dennis Puseke, who run their campaign, honesty, integrity, and they're gonna hold people accountable. Well, if I don't hear it, I don't see it, I don't believe it. So you can sit there and say all you want about what you're doing, and you can tell the public, oh, well, you don't know what we're doing. Well, you're right, we don't know because we don't hear it. But you seem to talk so much when you have a passion about an issue or bicycle lane, you know, get your head out of your, you know what, and start doing the right thing.
Next speaker is Taryn Obaid, followed by Beverly Alexander. Taryn, you may unmute and begin your comments.
Hi, good evening. Thank you. I wanted to make two comments tonight, two different topics. The first is I wanted to draw everyone's attention to an article that was recently written and published about Petaluma, about something we are all so proud of. Everybody in this meeting and everybody in the city would say, we are super proud about our river, the Petaluma River. But what this article pointed out is our river is the most polluted river in the region. Our Petaluma River is severely polluted with fecal matter, human, cow, horses, whatnot. The EPA is going to start a cleanup, but it's being criticized as not going far enough. And we've talked about whether doing just the minimum in general in city council meetings before, various meetings, whether doing the minimum is really adequate in this ecological, highly concerned time that we're in, or whether we can go more and do more. And there's an organization called Baykeeper who urges the EPA to do more. And I don't know how that fallout will be, but what I do know is pretty much nobody knows that our point of pride, the Petaluma River, is so polluted that you're not supposed to touch it. And I see children playing in it. I see kayakers in it. Great. I would like to ask our city to please elevate this issue and take a lead in taking responsibility to do whatever we can to keep our river clean, whether that's pulling way back from the river to allow more filtering through the banks, or whether it's implementing new rules. I would like to see that, please, because nobody talks about it. And I think we should talk about it. It's only right. It's our backyard. It's our river. I would like for us to take responsibility for it. Thank you. The second thing I wanted to bring up is a strong request, and that is for our city staff and city council to please let the public know what it would take to start paying our city council members. Our city council members do not get paid. COVID has been terrible. It's been a burden on a lot of people, but our city council members are not getting paid for their hard work. Many of them are not established in their careers, are not working high paid jobs, perhaps, or are not retired with a pension. And we need to compensate them. This is a huge sacrifice for which I and most everyone else are very grateful. And I think it's only fair that we consider doing what other cities do. Thank you.
Thank you for those comments, Taryn. Next speaker is Beverly Alexander, followed by our last speaker, Susan Kirks. Beverly, you may unmute and begin your comments.
Hello, thank you for all your hard work. And I agree with what Terrence said. I think the city council does need to get paid, and we do need to clean up the river. And so with that, I want to mention the climate emergency, which has been declared. The climate is the boat that carries us. And when that boat springs a leak, this is, repairing that leak takes precedence over painting the boat, the dinner menu, the decor, the condition of the engine, or the comfort of the passengers. All of those need to be put aside to be sure that the boat does not sink. Likewise, every project the city engages in or supports or permits must be looked at through a climate emergency lens. And any decisions taken should not conflict with the most important need, which is keeping the ship afloat. Only when we have plugged the hole in our boat can we safely turn our attention and our energy to other issues. To do less is to invite catastrophe and to betray the trust of everyone who lives here. We need to preserve our natural environment because it is an essential part of this boat that carries us. We have destroyed, I think around the bay, something like 98% of the natural environment. So we need to take care of that. And in what we can control in our town is making sure that we do not destroy natural areas in order to build housing. The housing can be elsewhere. So that was, that's about it. Thank you for listening. Good night.
Thank you for your comments, Beverly. Our last speaker is Susan Kirks. And just as a reminder, for the folks that raised their hand after the timer expired, please send your comments to cityclerk@cityofpetaluma.org. Susan, you may begin your comments.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm glad to follow Beverly. I certainly am appreciative of her comment about not destroying our natural resources. So I'll just segue right off of that to share with the community that serious damage has occurred to the habitat at the Paula Lane open space property. And this has been caused by the city of Petaluma and the city's contractors. The roadway graded into the habitat along the entire Paula Lane frontage has also destroyed the open space aesthetic, which is also protected under the conservation easement. One visitor said to me last week, this just defies common sense, but it's typical for the city of Petaluma. Another neighbor who lives nearby stopped me and said, they're planning to bring cows here to graze. Can you stop that? She said that because she lives so close to the property, she knows what it was like before June 16th, when the city of Petaluma's contractors descended upon the property to do this quote unquote work. Let's be clear. The visitors who come to this property daily and enjoy the sunset view area and watching the wildlife on the property are horrified by what has occurred. The terms of the conservation easement that protect this land and very early information from the application for the open space property from 2008 have been misinterpreted, and wrong and harmful action related to this property has occurred. I want to thank all of the volunteers and service providers of Plan who have given heart and soul to create and develop the Paula Lane Nature Preserve, which is Plan's project for the community. It deserves to be completed by you and by us, and we are in the process of seeking constructive and corrective action to address what has occurred. Thank you.